here we are again in my little kitchen in Lecce in the south of Italy. My name's Francesco, and today I'm going to do a dish which is a combination of a Sardinian pasta with a Calabrian sauce. The pasta is called lorigitas and I made these by hand. You can find the recipe on my playlist, and these are frozen from back then. I thought today was a good day to make use of them because I got some lovely Tropea onions from Calabria. So I'm going to use one of those with some cherry tomatoes, plenty of mint, some parsley, and I'm going to add some pecorino cheese at the end. The Tropea onions are particularly sweet and delicious, but if you can't find those, you can just use a regular red onion and maybe add a pinch of sugar. So this is a really simple summer dish. It's really delicious and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and do subscribe and come back and follow me for more. Let's cook. For today's recipe you are going to need your pasta of choice. I'm using lorigitas, which I made by hand. You can find the link in my playlist. Cherry tomatoes, Tropea onion, you can replace this with a sweet red onion, capers, pecorino cheese, plenty of mint, a little parsley, garlic if you so wish, and a good extra virgin olive oil. The first thing we're going to do is to trim the onion, peel away the skin, and then chop it as finely as possible. If you're using a Tropea onion, make sure to use the top part. It drives me crazy when people throw that away. Yes, the bottom part is much better, but that doesn't make the top part bad. It's also deliciously sweet and every bit as good as the rest. We're also going to add a small clove of garlic, also peeled and chopped as finely as possible. Next on the chopping list is a good handful of fresh mint. We're going to chop this together with a little bit of parsley as finely as possible. And last but not least, a handful of cherry tomatoes, just 5 or 6, chopped into small pieces, like so. With our prep work done, we can move over to the stove, add a good pinch of coarse sea salt to our pasta water, a drizzle of olive oil to our frying pan, and then begin by adding the chopped Tropea onion and the garlic. Add a pinch of salt and let these fry for 1 or 2 minutes until the onion becomes slightly translucent. At this point we can add the cherry tomatoes, stir them in and let them cook down for 2 or 3 minutes. In the meantime, back at the pasta water, it's time to add the pasta itself. And as I said, these are lorigitas which I made by hand and I froze back at the time, so I'm putting them in straight from frozen, which is cooling the water down for a few minutes at the beginning, but it'll soon come back up to the boil. In the meantime, we can add the capers to the tomatoes, stir them in, let them cook for 2 or 3 minutes, and then add a ladle of the pasta water, which will transform the contents of that frying pan into our sauce. The water will soon evaporate away, so keep adding just a little bit at a time until the tomatoes cook down and become nice and soft. Now is the time to add the chopped mint and parsley, mix this in well, and soon we'll be able to add that pasta. Add a little bit more water as necessary and keep stirring until a kind of sauce has developed. We're going to add the pasta when it's still very firm. This way we will keep adding a little bit of water and the pasta will give off its starch, and that in turn will go to thicken our sauce. Keep tossing and stirring the pasta continuously so that it gives off plenty of starch to thicken the sauce, and soon we'll be ready to serve. In fact, right now. Doesn't that look good? Make sure to finish it off with some freshly ground black pepper, a good drizzle of your best extra virgin olive oil, and then plenty of finely grated pecorino cheese. Add a little mint and parsley as a garnish for a nice touch of green, and you're ready to enjoy. Buon appetito!